Hello, everybody. Welcome. Good to see all of you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us in a meditation in the beginning. It's beautiful. We will begin. We are on page 79 of Embodiments of Love. For those of you with the book, we're going to be starting a new chapter, chapter 14, which is called We Are One Heart. But before we go there, I'm just going to pick up where Frank left off last week. And it's so appropriate for the meditation that we just did together and for our time together. So it's on page 78, and I'm going to read it. Everyone has a heart. Through it, you express love in your unique way. To do so is to be who you truly are, which is free. We could say that the synthesis of this dialogue is love all things with the heart I gave you as a spirit of wisdom. Do this, and you will be allowing your light to spread from my spirit to all of creation. Your joy will be great. You will be free. You will rest in the peace of heaven, of your holy reality. Blessed soul, when I say all things, I mean everything, including yourself, with every beat of your heart and fiber of your being. As for the vulnerability you think you experience, love yourself in every perceived mistake, as well as in every success you think you have had. In your smallness, as well as in your greatness, love all things with the heart I gave you. Blessed are you who hear my voice and follow it. Blessed is all creation. Beautiful prayer. All right, let's begin chapter 14 together. And Risha, would you begin for us? And we shall listen, and then we will listen again so we can go even deeper. Like we'll have somebody else read again the same thing after you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. 14. We are one heart. 1. The memory of truth. Gender identity or any other type of identification means nothing in itself to those who live as love, for they know their true identity as rays of infinite light. They are love. Therefore, they are what the Creator of all things that are true and holy has ordained. They do not live in the dream of oblivion, which is but a monumental confusion about their true identity. You have been told that the age of the heart, which follows the age of reason, is when the identity crisis is finally left behind. As a result, a new experience begins, a new stage in manifestation. This concerns not only humans, but every living being. Forgetfulness of being was a fact of universal consciousness. All creation was submerged in a cloud of amnesia, forgetting what I am. It is, however, a fact that in reality never occurred. It could not occur without the infinite consciousness that love is, nor is it possible to extend what has no cause. Remember, only love is the source and meaning of all life. Only in fantasy is there the option of manifesting anything foreign to love.
Risha, could you read one more paragraph and it
I
finishes
sure
with
can.
that?
I'd love to. What is being revealed here, beloved, is that the illusion of separation, sin, and death was embraced by all creation because we were joined in this illusion. It is not possible for one to fall into a degree of unconsciousness and others not even the source of creation.
I'm just going to finish that paragraph, Risha.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm reading. It wasn't on my screen. Should I finish?
Yes,
Or
just
okay?
to the end of
I'm
it. Yeah.
sorry. I should have checked. Um, for that reason, I, as spirit of wisdom, became human in a dimension of unconsciousness. It was inevitable because we are one heart, one mind, one reality.
Thank you,
Great.
Risha.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Let's hear that one more time. Ruben, would you read that for us?
Yes, thank you, Ion. We are one heart, the memory of truth. Gender identity or any other type of identification means nothing in itself to those who live as love. For they know their true identity as rays of infinite light. They are love. Therefore, they are what the Creator of all things that are true and holy has ordained. They do not live in the dream of oblivion, which is but a monumental confusion about their true identity. You have been told that the age of the heart, which follows the age of reason, is when the identity crisis is finally left behind. As a result, a new experience begins, a new stage in manifestation. This concerns not only humans, but every living being. Forgetfulness of being was a fact of universal consciousness. All creation was submerged in a cloud of amnesia, forgetting what I am. It is, however, a fact that in reality never occurred. It could not occur without the infinite consciousness that love is, nor nor is it possible to extend what has no cause. Remember, only love is the source and meaning of all life. Only in fantasy is there the option of manifesting anything foreign to love. What is being revealed here, beloved, is that the illusion of separation, sin, and death was embraced by all creation because we were joined in this illusion. It is not possible for one to fall into a degree of unconsciousness and others not even the source of creation. For that reason, I, as a spirit of wisdom, became human in a dimension of unconsciousness. It was inevitable because we are one heart, one mind, one reality. Thank you.
Thank you. Wow.
I just need to go back and embrace that reality. I mean, being the I, it is so simple. It is so easy, Ruben. That's it. I am that I am. Just leave it there. But, I mean, in my own experience, yes. It is so beautiful to be everything, to be what Sebastian in this book said, to hear the voice of the Spirit, yes. We are one mind, one spirit, one truth. Wow. Thank you. I'm complete.
Thank you. Charles.
Thank you, Ruben. The end of paragraph, not sure, paragraph says, only in fantasy is there an option of manifesting anything foreign to love. When we're born into separation, we live with a wishful way of being, which is to me fantasy. Anytime I wish for something to be a certain way, I must fantasize of how that might be. And when Jesus came, or whomever this speaks of comes into the fullness of their own being, they live that experience within them. They become the fullness of that experience. They become the fullness of that being. And I realize it's a present experience. It's no longer a wish anymore. It's a fullness of being, a fullness experience. When love goes out, it goes out in this fullness of gratefulness, of thankfulness. And I feel that fullness being reflected all around me. And it's no longer wishful thinking anymore. It's a present reality I give thanks for. So when we used to find things to love, it usually because it would bring us something that we would wish for. Now it's something that I am. And it's a different reality for me now. Because in the fact of living in a fantasy, which is separation of fantasy, then I would need to do something in order to fulfill that fantasy. But in the fullness, it's a present appreciation, gratefulness, and thankfulness. So I thought I'd share that. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you, Charles. You know, for all of us, this idea of the memory of truth has pervaded our lives and brought us in search of the truth. And now it feels like a bit of a homecoming because we've been kind of swimming upstream for a while now, at least that's how it's felt, where we've had a strong memory of the truth and have found every which way to find our way back to it, and part of it's being here together. And now we're stepping into a time where this is the realization. This is the time of the realization of that truth on a much broader scale. And we've been well prepared for it. And it does feel like coming home. It feels like finally it's a world in which we, at least for me, it's like, okay, this is the world that I recognize, I feel at home in. And it's beginning to manifest, this new manifestation. A new experience begins, a new stage in manifestation. The cloud of amnesia, the cloud of forgetfulness, the cloud of unknowing, as we've heard it described, is lifting, not just through our efforts, but also for everyone and all things. And we get to be here to witness that and be part of it. It's quite remarkable. Frank.
For some reason, the idea of swimming upstream captured me. I had a very good friend that introduced me to kayaking, but I'd been in rivers and high water and that kind of thing a number of times in my life. One learns in a river, this idea of swimming upstream is really wearing very fast. And to relax and just pause. If I'm in the river, I'm just spinning around looking downstream, picking a point where I want to get off, and I use the current to get me there. Just that quick picture. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Frank. It's the allowing, it's the resting, it's the being with. And the river is flowing. We're flowing together. Thank you. I'm just going to read the first paragraph one more time, and I'm going to bring it to us, to the first person. Gender identity or any other type of identification means nothing in itself to those who live as love. For we know our true identity as rays of infinite light. We are love. Therefore, we are what the Creator of all things that are true and holy has ordained. We do not live in the dream of oblivion, which is but a monumental confusion about our true identity. We are claiming this for ourselves together. Dominique, would you like to read for us?
Thank you so much. I start with but once.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. But once the identity crisis is overcome or transcended, what sense can there be in believing in identity alien to the being of pure love that everything really is? When you identify with one gender or another, with any of the form of human personality, you are living a chimera, seeing infinite consciousness in all things is how to see love embodied. seeing infinite consciousness in all things is how to see love embodied. The way in which humans express themselves is completely irrelevant when considering their true reality. Does the fact that you represent this or that character on a theatrical stage make you that? Love is a way and life for embodiment of love. Therefore, they demonstrate love even in the most challenging conditions. In this way, they express love eternal. In this way, they express love eternal unconditionality. When a brother or sister see an embodiment of love, what they see is an opportunity to give or receive love, nothing more, nothing less. Stop. Okay. Oh, this is so beautiful, so real in this consciousness of the truth. There is nothing else. And would you please, Iona, I don't know what's chimera is. It's like in the paragraph where but once identity crisis, and he said, you are living a chimera. This is like a dream.
Yes, I think so. I didn't look it up. I don't know if anyone else knows, but I think it's like an illusion or a dream.
It's a mystical animal. Any kind of mystical animal. It's things that we, I say, like, to me, a mystical animal would be like an eagle or a tiger or a bear.
Wow.
Because they represent some part of a personality. And, it says forms of human personality. So each animal gives a personality trait. And that's what I found when they used the word chimera.
Thank you.
To identify with that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Charles. Let's hear this one more time. Hub, would you read that for us? Beginning at but once.
But once the identity crisis is overcome or transcended, what sense can there be in believing in identities alien to the being of pure love that everything really is? When you identify with one gender or another, or with any of the forms of human personality, you are living a chimera, seeing infinite consciousness in all things is how to see love embodied. The way in which humans express themselves is completely irrelevant when considering their true identity. Thus, the fact that you represent this or that character on a theatrical stage make you that? Love is the way and life for embodiments of love. Therefore, they demonstrate love even in the most challenging conditions. In this way, they express love's eternal unconditionality. When a brother or sister sees an embodiment of love, what they see is an opportunity to give or receive love. Nothing more, nothing less.
Thank you. It's just beautiful to receive these words and realize them within ourselves, like absorb them. Any thoughts of Charles?
Thank you. Thank you for your question and desire. I've realized sometimes I'll act certain ways towards different ways of how I envision love within different animals and creatures, and almost like I want to be like the bird, be like the bear, or be like this and be like that. And now I'm realizing what was the fullness of love that we share together as one. And this really helps me to understand it's not about trying to relate to them in a way that I see them, but in the fullness of love that we breathe together as one, and the love and the connection we share together in the almighty presence of love, of love's presence itself. And this takes my relationship to a different level. You know, when I see a cat, nice little cat or good dog, and you pet the dog, or you see a bear and you're going, oh, okay. And, or you see a bird fly up ahead, oh, that's my higher self. But now it's like, wow, the fullness of love is everywhere around me. If I could truly embody that and see the embodiment in everything and all things around me. Life is soaring above, life is running below, life is in its fullness in every way, within all things, all plants, all animals. I really appreciate this little read here because it really helps me to examine my relationship in which I experience my life and the world around me. Thank you. I'm complete.
Thank you, Charles. Ruben.
Yeah, the paragraph. When you identify with one gender or another, or with any of the forms of human personality, you are living a chimera. Seeing infinite consciousness in all things is how to see love embodied. I mean, without seeing that personality, without seeing the form, I wasn't able to reach consciousness. I fall in love with the form. I fall in love with the dog. I fall in love with all this stuff till it was no longer there. And suddenly I realized, but something's still there. I remember my mother, my grandmother. I love her so much that when she passed away, it hurts me. It forced me to go deep inside. And I noticed that empty space And later on, I realized that empty space is my real grandmother. Oh, God. And later on, with animals and all this stuff, yeah. But the way out, it was love. It was love. Without loving my grandmother unconditionally, I wasn't able to jump. I can say I wasn't able to see the love. Without loving whatever I was doing, work, cooking, without loving that, I wasn't able to embrace consciousness. We are consciousness. We are the love. We are the one that never changed. We are the one that is in everything. Yeah. I'm like, so I say the way out is love. Love everything. Whatever approach, love it. You have a pain, an illness, love it. That's the only way out. We become one with the pain. We become one, like with my grandmother. We become one with whatever. But love holds us all the time. And I'm like, and we could heal, and whatever is not love gets healed. It gets transmuted. I cannot believe now I can say my grandmother, my grandfather, my father, my mother, they're always with me. They're showing me the way. We are consciousness, we are spirit, we are love. We are the light, Ruben. Wow. You steal my father. We steal more than that. You steal my father, my grandmother. We never lost none of that stuff. But we know now, I know now, that behind every form, behind everything is the mind, is the love, is consciousness holding together. So thank you. I'm complete.
I used to, I always had a trouble with this idea of blessing, like somebody blessing me or me blessing somebody else. And I never quite understood it. And now I'm seeing it in a whole different way or a whole different context, because it feels like the biggest blessing we can give ourselves and give each other and all creatures and everything is seeing and recognizing the infinite consciousness in all things. And when we do that, what I understand now is that when we're extending our sight to see that infinite consciousness in every living being and every object, animate object, because I don't think there's anything inanimate in our world. When we see that, then we are blessing it. And ourselves, when we see it in ourselves. And then when we recognize it, then our brother and sister sees us as that embodiment of love, and the only response is love. The only response can be love. And so this recognition and this remembrance of seeing infinite consciousness in all things, and I sometimes, of course, temporarily forget that, and then come back to that. Just keep coming back to that. Yeah, Charles.
Thank you. That which enlivens and animates and gives expression to that which is. And to honor that in all, whether it be a mountain, a cloud, a river, that which animates and enlivens and gives expression to. we think life is something that moves, but life is something that is. And its expression is through its flow, through its rhythm, through its expression. Form is an expression of the formless. And the formless is life in its fullness. And I've seen the blessings of some, and when they start blessing the surroundings, I close my eyes and I resonate with that blessing. I see a lot of Indian blessings, a lot of mother blessings and Mother Earth. But when I close my eyes, it's such a rich, live, beautiful blessing that enriches their gaze wherever their blessing it extends to everything around them. And it comes from a genuine love within them that is so pure and so radiant and so wonderful. You know, I'm not always there, and I tend to bless people in order to connect with them instead of feel the connection within that we share together. So thank you for sharing that and helping to realize it's the connection within that makes the blessing out without truly more effective. Because instead of seeking the connection without, and I need to really embody that more and more inside me. Thank you.
Thank you, Charles. Ruben.
The following paragraph. Love is the way in life for embodiments of love. Therefore, they demonstrate love even in the most challenging condition. In this way, they express love's eternal unconditionality. When a brother or sister sees an embodiment of love, what they see is an opportunity to give or receive love, nothing more and nothing less. A few days ago, somebody called me around 4 o'clock in the morning. And he said, Ruben, I have a question. When I asked you to pray for me, did you pray for me? Did you really pray? Did you say something? And I say, no. You know, when you ask me to pray for you, what I do is I go back to the light. And I let the light extend itself to you. That's the way the healing is accomplished. The moment you ask for help, that's the moment we go back to the light. You take me back to the light, or I take you back to the light. I do not respond from illusion to illusion, from body to body. No. We go back to the light. If you're not able to do it, I'm able to do it. We join in the light, and the light extends itself to you. The healing happened the moment you ask for. And I thank you so much because every time that you ask for help, you're healing me too. We become one. I say, I do not engage with the illusion at all. When you ask for help, when I observe that is something there, I just go back to the light. And the light extends itself to everything. And I stay in the light. And I say, remember that we are embodiments of light. Do not separate yourself from that. If you're in pain, go back to the light. And the light extends itself to the pain. Try it. Because we are the light. We are not the pain. So we do not engage with the pain at all. pain or whatever call for love, we go back to embrace that. And that's it. Thank you. I'm complete.
Thank you, Ruben. Risha.
Do I sound okay? I changed my microphone. Okay, good.
Sound good?
Okay. This unconditional love, that part, that the embodiments of love, they demonstrate love, even in the most challenging conditions. And which I find myself in often these days. I received something from a friend. She was sharing, she's a dear, dear friend. She's close to my heart. And she was sharing a Substack, an article that a person had written. And it was just so incredible. And the one part in the article said, we need to start with the only thing we can change ourselves. That's the message of this poem of Rumi's, and I'm going to share that on WhatsApp. It's called The Guest House. And he says, no matter what, and this is the essence of Rumi's poem, no matter what emotion comes our way, bid it welcome. For each has been sent as a guide from the beyond. We must neither hide from nor succumb to our darkest impulses, but practice spiritual alchemy. And that's when I got chills. As when we harness the energy of anger to acts of creativity and caring for others. We transform that. Course in Miracles talks all the time about transforming the negative. It takes it takes transformed selves to transform the world. The next sentence. So I wanted to share that. It's like that's the epitome, I think, of unconditional. We don't make things have to be positive. We accept all things exactly as they are. And we can see them with the eyes of Christ and transform them into something creative. And I think that's the challenge that I am facing. And I think that we who decided to come here knew that that was the challenge that we face. And we're helping one another. I feel like we're really helping one another. Thank you for helping me. I'm complete.
Thank you. Thank you for helping us. It's beautiful. Frank.
Oh, I've been having something tickle at me the whole morning reading these. Those moments where the embodiment of love presents itself. When a brother or sister sees an embodiment of love, what they see is an opportunity to give or receive love. Nothing more, nothing less. Reality is an eternal exchange at the flow of love. I was just struck this morning being outside when our brother or sister sees an embodiment of love. Just every year since I've been here, it might as well have been the same two doves. They land on this one spot, on this one pole. There's another one a little off in the distance, and they're talking to each other. And as the relationship progresses, pretty soon they'll have times where they're beside each other in that same spot up there. And I had a red cardinal whom I just dearly love, especially if I catch the sun's angle just right, shining onto them. They're just blazingly red. And every morning I would get out at sunrise. This has been a year or two ago. And the same cardinal would land in this same bush and watch sunrise as well. The dove was just being the dove. The cardinal was just being the cardinal. But they were expressing a love that I was in relationship with. and I got to join with them. And then lastly, Reuben was talking about his grandmother. I wonder if my grandkids someday are going to pull up an image of me rolling my head back, closing my eyes, and that little Buddha grin comes across my face. And that says everything about being that they'll ever need to hear. Thank you.
Thank you, Frank. Thank you. And Frank, would you really like if you could read us to the end of this section, beginning at reality?
Okay. Reality is an eternal exchange of the flow of love. That is what life is. There is no other way to define it as the Holy Spirit knows it. Everything exists within the infinite flow of perfect love. Giving and receiving love is the essence and the pulse of creation. It is the beat of your heart. That is why we have talked so much about the heart. In no other revelation given to humanity has that word been used as much as in these writings. This has a purpose. Creative source is a heart, just as you and everyone is. This means that the vital impulse or force that makes life vibrate, that energy that makes you alive, is but the torrent of divine love moving in you. That same energy or power is present in everything. This knowledge was forgotten in the past, but in the new world that is already here and which will be seen more and more clearly, it is not forgotten.
Beautiful. Thank you, Frank. And Stephanie, would you like to read that to us one more time before we end?
Thank you. Starting with reality.
Yes.
Reality is an eternal exchange of the flow of love. That is what life is. There is no other way to define it as the Holy Spirit knows it. Everything exists within the infinite flow of perfect love. Giving and receiving love is the essence and pulse of creation. It is the beat of your heart. That is why we have talked so much about the heart. In no other revelation given to humanity has that word been used as much as in these writings. This has a purpose. Creative source is heart, just as you and everyone is. This means that the vital impulse or force that makes life vibrate, that energy that makes you alive, is but the torrent of divine love moving through you. The same energy or power is present in everything. This knowledge was forgotten in the past, but the new world that is already here and which will be seen more and more clearly, it is not forgotten.
Thank you, Stephanie.
I think that we see that. I mean, when they say the knowledge was not forgotten in the past, but in the new world, that is already here, which will be seen more and more clearly and is not forgotten. I mean, when I think of 20 years ago and I would say, that rock is alive and has consciousness, it just thinks slower than we do, people would kind of look at me crazy. But I think more and more people have woken up, and it's exciting that we're at this place now, that we recognize the truth of what's written here. Thank you.
It's nice not to have people looking at us like we're as crazy as much. I agree, Stephanie. Yeah, Charles.
Thank you for mentioning that rock, because I remember reading a book from Down Under. This Australian guy had a pet rock he brought home from the river, and he put it on his desk, and he started looking at the rock. It was just a pet rock. And he noticed that there was a little pinhole in the rock. So he gave his full attention to that little pinhole. Next thing he saw himself drawn into the rock itself. And in the rock, there was a veil in the rock. And he felt this jitter all around him, this sort of mischievous spirit within the rock. And he met the god of Pan. Pan being the god of nature, the Greek god of nature. And he says, really, when people start to panic, it's because Pan's around. He's the mischievous spirit who all his little angels, or they call them devious or something. Devies?
Devis.
They're sort of that which represent the idea of when you walk into the woods and nature, there's a certain nervousness that comes with it. And that's just to sort of agitate the inners, to get sort of attuned to everything around you. And I really loved reading the book. I mean, it was like, wow, what a book. Even a pet rock he put home and took on his desk. Even then, one can have that sort of revelation within it. And I love heart math. Heart math is my real savior. It talks about the heartbeat being a standing wave. And in that standing wave, and now when it says it's a creative source, wow. When the fullness of love reaches that standing wave, and it starts to resonate from that creative love, the wholeness of that experience, that wave goes out everywhere. Wow. What a beautiful accumulation of life that's just here right now for me. Thank you so much for allowing this space.
Thank you,
all.
Charles. Thank you all. We're at time. And thank you. Thank you for the waves, Charles, behind you. So just leave us with this. Reality is an eternal exchange of the flow of love. Such a simple sentence. But that's what reality is. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you for joining together. Thank you for extending love together with each other, with the world. We'll see all of you very soon this week. Again, we'll do it again and again. Have a great day, everyone.
So what is this?